Club Cultura.
Creating a 7-week pilot bilingual immersion program for Anglo and Hispanic adults in the autumn of 2011, this coming fall, to bridge the cultural divide between Anglo and Hispanic communities in Napa through linguistic, social, educational, and fun interaction.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Team Flair!
Welcome, Class 24, the class that does more, and everybody else who probably got dragged here. I would like to introduce to you Team Flair. We have over in this corner, we have Kathleen, Financial Master, Bradbury. We have Eric, the Lord Lawrence. Eddie, the Artist, Wolk. Benny, Radio, actually goes that way. And Julie, the Aventus Morales. We together as Team Flair, we kind of looked around the community and we came up with this vision. We saw that there was a great potential to get two of the largest cultural communities that we have in Napa and breathe them together through social interaction. Jennifer Aniston. We believe that this is important because we looked around and we saw that these two largest communities, they do a lot of the exact same things, they just never do them together.
So time for a little numbers, because that's my game. Who lives in our community? The 2010 census shows that the Napa County population of approximately 136,000 is made up 58% Anglo and 31% Hispanic. Over the last decade, the county's Latino population increased over 50%, and the non-Latino white population less than 10%. In California, Napa experienced the largest drop in population of white residents, going from 69 to 58% over the last decade. And currently, experts are projecting that trend will continue, and the Hispanic population will soon be over 50% by 2030 and over 60% by 2050.
And I'm the Scarlet Letter. We know that the Hispanic and Caucasians are the two largest populations in Napa. Our research has shown that statistical and anecdotal evidence shows that these two groups, while they coexist comfortably in the community, don't mix socially. Notable examples of this include, are we really one community? We shop in the same places. Think about it. La Morenita, it's mostly patronized by the Latino population. Valergas, while it's owned by a Mexican-American family, is patronized mostly by Anglos. We also send our children to different schools. The state mandated open enrollment in 1994, gave parents the option to choose the schools for the children attend. The results of this mandate are somewhat shocking and a little sad. The demographics of Napa schools no longer reflect their surrounding neighborhoods. For example, the Pueblo Vista School is 90% Hispanic and 7% white. While less than a mile away, actually about a half a mile away, the West Park School is only 25% Hispanic and 64% white.
We've also observed that despite the large and growing Hispanic population in Napa, most of our government officials are not Hispanic, and we thought we might demonstrate this with some photos. On the left, you might notice the city council. Jill's looking good. In the center is our local Congressman Mike Thompson, and on the right is the Napa County Board of Supervisors. Do you notice a similarity between all those people? Jennifer Aniston. Something we also observed is that many members of the Hispanic and Caucasian Anglo communities practice the same religions, but do so often separately, even within the same church. Here's a photo. I don't know if you can see it all that well given the lights, but this is St. John the Baptist Catholic Church during the Spanish language Mass. And this is a photo of the same church at the English language Mass. Those girls are very cute, aren't they? Those are my daughters. And that's where my family goes to church, and this is kind of where we got the kernel of the idea for our practicum project. We chose to go to this church for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons was because the church is over 60% Hispanic, we felt it represented the true Napa community. We wanted to be a part of that with our family. So pat ourselves on the back, yay for us, but in reality, as you can see from the photos, the English language Mass is largely populated by Anglos, and the Spanish language Mass is largely, almost entirely Hispanic. We have separate ministries. We go to the same place to do the same exact thing, but we do it separately. And we thought that was emblematic of the entire community, as Eddie pointed out with some of her slides. So we thought, given the trends that Kathleen pointed out, now's the time to do something about it, and that's what our practicum project is an attempt to do something about it.
So with that, our group, Team Flair, has come up with a program, and we call it Club Cultura. All right, Club Cultura. So what Club Cultura is it's a 7-week pilot bilingual program, an immersion program that we put together for Anglo and Hispanic students, and this will be held at St. John's Church. No, St. John's. What I want to say about St. John's is they've been very gracious as to donate this space to put this program together. And the goal of this is to bridge the cultural divide between the Anglo and the Hispanic communities in Napa. And what we want to do, the whole point of this is to get them together in a comfortable setting, have some language skills, and just do some fun stuff together, get them comfortable in a good setting. So we came up with some commonalities between the two cultures, and there's 7 programs here that we've come up with. They're 1-hour sessions. They'll be held at St. John's. And we're going to start it with introductions and families, crush, harvest, football, pop culture, Dia de los Muertos, Halloween, recipe exchange, and you can't see the last one there, but we're going to end it in December with holidays and Navidad. So what we're going to do now is basically just kind of act out what our first night will look like.
What follows is only a brief dramatization of what will happen at Club Cultura. Actual events at Club Cultura will involve detailed language instruction. Actual results may vary.
All right. I will be acting as the facilitator this evening at our first opening night. So I would like to thank you all for coming to Club Cultura and reaching out to your neighbors. Quiero darles las gracias a todos por venir a Club Cultura y llegar así a sus vecinos. First, please introduce yourself to the person next to you. Primero, por favor, de voltear a ver la persona en su guía de usted y introduzcase. Very good, very good. Qué bueno, qué bueno. Now, please find someone new and introduce yourself. Por favor, de encontrar a una persona nueva y introduzcase. Very good, very good. Qué bueno, qué bueno. Now, we're going to play a little game, un juego, to see what we have in common with each other. Ahora vamos a jugar un juego para ver lo que cada uno tenemos en común. Okay? So, if you have kids, please raise your hand. Si tienen niños, por favor, subir la mano. Okay, qué buena, qué buena. Very good, very good. Now, please go to the table behind you and pick up the cards that represent the number of children that you have and if they're boys or girls. Por favor, de ir a la mesa y recoja las cartas que representan el número de hijos que tiene y si son niños o niñas. Very good, very good. Now, please share the names of your children with your neighbor. Por favor, de compartir los nombres de sus hijos con su vecino. Very good. Qué bueno, qué bueno. That's great. Now please come back together. Por favor, de regresar juntos. Now, if you like sports, please raise your hand. Ahora, si le gustan los deportes, por favor, subir la mano. All right, you all like sports. Very good. For those who raise their hand, please turn to your neighbor, say the name of the sport you enjoy the most, and act out how to play it. Para todos los que subieron la mano, por favor, de voltear así a su vecino y dígale el nombre del deporte de más disfruta y actúe en cómo jugarlo. Very good, very good. I like what you're doing here. All right, here's my favorite question of the night. Mi pregunta favorita de la noche. Everyone who likes to dance, let me see your bust some moves. Por favor, ¿le gustan se bailar? Por favor, quiero tus moves. I think I'll join you. All right. We could dance all night, right? All right. So that is just a brief synopsis of what that night would look like. Ben?
A brief, comical, probably nothing like that. Yes, Jennifer Aniston. There you go. Okay. As this slides up, if you do me one last favor, Tony, as we end the night, we'd like to explain that these modules that we have, they're going to be facilitated by professionals. We have currently at least two. One is the, sorry about that. One is the principal of an elementary school. The other is the head of the Spanish department of the community college. They will be helping facilitate and making these modules up. And the hope is that it will organically grow by itself, but then also create a mold that can be picked up and placed in other venues as needed. We would like to thank everybody who was supportive of us, all the community leaders, all the teachers, actually everybody. We were met with overwhelming support. Yes. And at that, Jennifer Aniston, we'd like to leave you with this invitation to come and join us. At the end of September, we will be at the Hall of St. John's Parish. They were, like she said, graciously allowing us to be there. Thank you.